Let's roll. This is SportsRage. I am Gabriel Morency, the Pips, the players, the hustlers, the people, the busters, but everybody else in between. Let's do this thing. The Twisted Tuesday has begun. We've got a full house on the program tonight. We're kicking it all pro style. Sean Merriman going to step up and then a three-time NFL All-Pro defensive badass, defensive rookie of the year, and the president and the founder and CEO of Lights Out Extreme Fighting. As we break it down with Sean Merriman. Sean Merriman steps up and then we'll talk Chargers football and more with Sean. The Ranger Redhead Cam Stewart throws it down. Sean Higgs steps up and in tonight on the Twisted Tuesday. Rick Saratella in the house. So we've been pretty basketball heavy as of late. We've got to get back to the gridiron a little bit. We absolutely lit up. We told you, you guys know, we lit up the USFL last year. We lit up the XFL last year. Week 1 of the United Football League. We gave you 5 bets, and we won 4 of them. 4-1 in the first week of UFL football. God, I love these spring leagues. Cash it, baby. I've said it before. You know, the sportsbook doesn't ask you whether it was the Philadelphia Soul, the Philadelphia Phillies, or the Philadelphia Eagles when they pay you for a win. Doesn't matter what league it is. If you're cashing tickets, then keep on doing it. But with that being stated, we got a bunch of action coming up here right now that we're going to be breaking down all night long on the program. Let's start off on the diamond, actually, with the Los Angeles Dodgers and the San Francisco Giants. The Dodgers have been living up to the expectations, although Shohei Ohtani has not hit a home run yet this year. We've been taking him to hit home run in every game. He's plus 375 today. We're taking him again. Once he hits one, there's going to be a flurry of them. He's going to hit a bunch of home runs, but it's been frustrating that he hasn't gone deep yet. Logan Webb is on the hill here tonight, but that doesn't deter us from our go-to bets. We tell you every night on the program, you can do, if you don't want to do it, don't do it. It's like, okay, fine. It's like me telling you, yeah, they're giving away free money down the street. Well, you know what? I'm busy right now. Mookie Betts is plus money again. He's plus 115 tonight. He's plus 115 for over 1.5 total bases. Freddie Freeman is also plus 115 for over 1.5 total bases. And it's interesting because Ohtani, who doesn't do it as much as Betts and Freeman have been doing it, yet he's always a shorter price because he's more hyped up, even though Betts is like hitting 550 or whatever so far to start the season. So we're going to play Ohtani to hit the home run at plus 375, little play. We want to get some money back once he hits one, and we'll start to attack as we go on. But we're going to stick to our guns here with the 3 props. Mookie Betts over 1.5 total bases plus 115. Freddie Freeman over 1.5 total bases plus 115. And Shohei Ohtani over 1.5 total bases at plus 100. So they're all plus money plays. The Dodgers are going with a bullpen game tonight, and they're still 50-cent favorites right now. They were 40 cents. They're up to 50. Logan Webb. Listen, Logan Webb's a badass, and I thought that Logan Webb coming into the year was a dark horse to win the Cy Young. And not a dark horse, whatever. The guy's like the third choice, like 12-1. So it wasn't a hot take or anything like that. But with that being stated, there's always a but when it comes to sports betting. With that being stated, the Dodgers have hit him, all right? So I'm not deterred by, it's Logan Webb. I'm not going to play my props tonight. Let's start off with Mookie Betts. Pretty nice sample size as well. Mookie Betts has 30 at-bats against Logan Webb. He's got 12 hits. He's hitting 400. He's got a home run against him. Freddie Freeman's got 27 at-bats, 11 hits. He's hitting 407, 4 RBIs, and also a home run against Logan Webb. Shohei Ohtani really hasn't seen him that much. He's only faced him once in one game. He had 3 at-bats, and he actually had 2 hits out of his 3 at-bats. James Outman's 4 for 6. It's pretty crazy, but the Dodger players, the Dodgers lineup tonight have a career batting average of 327 against Logan Webb combined, which, surprised me even. It's like, really? Wow. Like, you know what I mean? You look at these numbers. Everybody on LA just lights up Logan Webb. We'll see if that theme continues this evening. So we're playing the Los Angeles Dodgers to win the game. Shohei Ohtani to hit home run. Plus 375, and the base props that we just told you about. We've got a bunch of other baseball bets going on, but who cares about that? Let's attack what's coming up right now. So we got the Dodger pick out of the way. Let's go to the NBA right now. Let's hit the hardwood And we've got a couple of games tonight, a couple of cool games, actually. The Dallas Mavericks, these guys are smoking hot right now, 9-1 straight up in their last 10 games. They just need to win this game. They're 1.5-point favorites right now. It's minus 125 on the money line, taking on the Golden State Warriors. And the Clippers have been a really streaky team in which, you know, they weren't that good. Then they were dominant. Then they hit a wall. Now the Clippers are on a roll again. They've won their last 3 basketball games, all on the road. The Sacramento Kings, they don't have Malik Monk. They don't have Kevin Huerter. It seems to me like the Clip Show is the play here in this basketball game, and you're getting points with the Clippers. We've been down this road before. Their games are always super close, no matter who's in, who's out of the lineup. But when it comes to the Clippers, we don't bet a lot of the Clipper games because their lineup is different all the time. And tonight they're rolling out with no Kawhi, right? So it's up to 3.5 right now. A late curveball was thrown here. I was thinking about the over of this game. Both these teams have been scoring points. Total's 222.5. It's pretty light for any Sacramento game. Let's just call that out for what it is. But hey, listen, if you're betting this, it's Sacramento. Every game is stressful, man. Okay. So, maybe we'll proceed with caution with the in-game with this. But getting 3.5 with the Clippers, even without Kawhi, still kind of attractive. Yeah, we do like the Dallas Mavericks to beat the Golden State Warriors tonight. NHL hockey, another big-time matchup tonight. The Battle of Ease, Vegas versus Vancouver. Game is in Las Vegas tonight. Vancouver Canucks have already clinched a playoff spot. And the Canucks have had a great year, but the Edmonton Oilers are knocking on their back door right now, trying to come back and take the division. I don't even know if winning the division is the best, Who knows who you end up playing, right? Does it really matter in the NHL? The NHL isn't like other leagues. A lot of other leagues, like, it matters. The NHL, there's no free pass. It's like, well, whatever. We're the 3 seed, we're the 4 seed, we're the 2 seed, whatever, dude. Right? Everybody's good. Nothing's going to come easy. But nevertheless, the Canucks looking to win this hockey game on the road in the Strip tonight. I think they can. I don't think Vegas are all that. Thing with Vegas is they have good players. One of the big differences with the Vegas Golden Knights from this year to last year, you have a target on your back and all that. They're worn out. Vegas have played a lot of playoff hockey over the years. It catches up to them. They played like an extra year and two seasons of hockey over the last 3 years in the playoffs. And in the playoffs last year, their goalies got hot. I say it all the time. You don't need a star goalie to win a Stanley Cup. You need a hot goalie. They had 4 hot goalies. They kept on getting hurt, and the next guy would step up at him. But the goaltending for Las Vegas hasn't been as good. The defending hasn't been as good. Give me the Vancouver Canucks to win this hockey game tonight. They're plus 100. And I don't bet a lot of overs, but I don't trust the under 5.5 in this game. Let's go Vancouver to win and over 5.5. Let's roll. This is SportsRage.
That's the first.
Need the second one in a major way.
Okay. All right.
Need the second one here for you. 74-61. The sweat. It's all live bets. There's nothing from.
Oh, we missed it. Get my 3.
Hit it.
Come on.
Hit it.
Stop.
Hit it.
Yes!
Oh,
we got
God.
it. Foul him. Foul him.
Only on SportsGrid.
We had the best team in Colorado losing. So there's it's not even like Colorado's going to sit on it, right? I mean, there's no way in the world we're not getting one more goal. We're going to cash this ticket. Cha-ching, cha-ching.
I love the bet. I love the price. I think that's, like I said, that's one we're going to have to, we're telling everybody right now. They're probably moving it in risk rooms everywhere right now based on us giving out this information.
In-game live, prime time, only on SportsGrid.
mean, is it pretty much cut and dry that NC State is the biggest surprise of the weekend? I mean, I don't think anybody's bracket had the Wolfpack going this far.
I think they're going to find a way to keep this one close. And we all know Purdue's tournament history under Matt Painter. They've had a lot of early exits when they've been good teams, and maybe this is the time they'll exercise their demons. It's kind of like when Virginia lost to that 16-seed UMBC.
Newswire, only on SportsGrid. SportsGrid, your 24/7 sports wagering network. Pro League Soccer, powered by Marca.
I would be willing to bet the under 2.5 goals.
Fantasy sports today.
Especially in head-to-head formats in fantasy, I think I'm going to go with Juan Soto.
Game time decisions.
People don't like it. I don't really care. I cannot believe anybody is betting the Clippers at this number.
Betting above the rim.
All I've heard you say on the network is you're either winning or you're rebuilding.
In-game live all access.
Nobody has been more profitable as a dog than Shaka Smart team.
Winning back-to-back road games. I don't care if they're playing Topeka High. I wouldn't give them any chance whatsoever.
In-game live, prime time.
Back-to-back, just utterly stinker quarters.
In-game live, overtime.
Honestly, as you sit here and listen, watch right now, you may want to consider placing that bet.
It's smarter to be on SportsGrid.
Let's roll. This is Sports Rage. I am Gabriel Morency. The Twisted Tuesday has begun, as has the scoring in Las Vegas, Nevada. As we just stated, as we went into the break out of the intro, you guys know I don't bet a lot of hockey overs generally. I like to bet the unders in game, and we talk about this time of the year. Oh, it's going to be playoff like hockey, but I didn't really get the 5.5 in this game. I didn't get the 5.5. In this game. Figured, okay, 6, and I knew it wasn't going to be 6.5, but at least a 6. But the Vegas Golden Knights have just scored, and I would expect Vancouver to be able to score tonight on Vegas. So we're off and running as far as the total is concerned. 1-0 for the Las Vegas Golden Knights. They score immediately into this hockey game. And I got to tell you, I've seen like pretty much every Canuck game this year and every goal that they've given up. That was one of the worst goals they've given up all year, actually. It was just like one sort of slapstick comedy of errors after another. One of them wasn't fully their fault. I don't know whose stick it was, but somebody's stupid stick. The stick broke, and it was on the ice, and the freaking puck hit the stick, and it screwed the Canucks up, and it led to a breakaway. But then it was stopped, and it was like the Keystone Cops. They kicked it in front of the net, and it was like, are you guys trying to give up a goal? Because if you are, good job. So 1-0 Vegas right now. New in-game total out of the gate is Vegas are now minus 230. The Vancouver Canucks are plus 180. The total is now 6.5. Let's bring in Andrew McInnes and Cam Stewart. McInnes, good to see you. How you doing tonight?
Good to see you, Gabe. Not too bad, man. I'm
a bad hair day today? You got a bad haircut? You like Jerry Seinfeld? You got a bad haircut? You got to wear the hat today or something?
I've been wearing the hat all night. I can't take it off now. You know what I mean? I got hat head. I can't take it off now. I'm committed to it. How you guys doing?
All right, so it's all good. It's all good. Whatever. I'm on Vancouver. I'm on the over. Like I said, I thought 5.5 was a little light for this game. I brought it up earlier. One of the big reasons why the Vegas Golden Knights aren't the same team as they were last year is they're not as good defensively, and their goalies, they're not great, right? They got hot last year at the right time. I always talk about you don't need a star goalie. You just need a hot goalie to win a cup. And, Aiden Hill got hot. Logan Thompson got hot. They all sort of got hot. They haven't been playing anywhere near that level between the pipes this year. Maybe they can flick the switch in the playoffs, but most Vegas games, you do not want to be on the under, and they explode out of the gate. It was a terrible goal given up by the Canucks, but forget who you were on before the game. What do you think now, McInnes? It's Vegas are minus 230, Vancouver plus 180. You can get the Canucks guys plus 1.5, minus 135. What do you like about this game, Andrew?
Gabe, initially, I kind of had like this pegged as a playoff game. This game being really hard checking, physical, defensive. So I did actually bet the under in this game, but I wouldn't talk anybody off what you just mentioned there, the +1.5. This to me seems like one of those games that will go right down to the wire. I can't see this being a blowout for either team. I don't think either team wins by 2 goals. So I think this one's super tight. So I am on the pregame under, but I wouldn't talk anybody off jumping on Vancouver right now.
Cam, what do you think about the in-game numbers right now?
Love it. Let's do this thing. Vancouver +1.5, -120 on FanDuel. I will take them +210 with a sprinkle. Live in this game, give me Ottawa +110 tied with Minnesota. Nashville -110 tied against Boston. And I've already took the Flames when they're down a goal. That's a big list.
Go Sens, Cam.
Senators. Yeah, 2-2 with the Minnesota Wild right now.
What about the Canadians? They're the best bet in hockey. No one's even talking about it. They took Florida out to the woodshed. What is going on, Gabe, with the Montreal Canadiens? These guys are the best dog in sports. They're amazing. The NC State of hockey.
They've got a little pop since Martin St. Louis has come back. I think Cam's would be a little bit over enthusiastic about it, McInnes.
No,
I like it, though. Hey, I'm not complaining about it. I like it.
I like Montreal, man. They're winning me money. I told you. I got no problem with the Canadians. It's the Bruins. That's my problem, not Montreal. Boston.
We'll see if the Canadians can keep it up down the stretch. But they have been playing fun hockey. Big win for them tonight. I was not on them. I didn't think they were going to beat the Panthers tonight, McInnes. Did you take that game?
I didn't. I'd be lying if I said I did. I watched as a fan with a smile on my face. It was great to watch. And this is the thing. I was talking with a good friend of mine who's a Leafs fan, and he said, well, it's kind of a letdown spot for the Panthers, so you can't feel that good about yourself. And I was like, well, they lost last night. How's it a letdown spot? To me, the Panthers should have been wound up. The Panthers should have been excited about this matchup. But when it comes down to it, I'll tell you, watching that game, even though the Panthers lost, guys, they are a team that it's kind of like Brad Marchand. You hate to play against them, but you want to have them on your team. Like when you're betting on Florida or you're rooting for them and you're a fan, you love it. Like watching your team play against them, they cross-check like about 7 times every shift. They get away with everything, punching guys in the head. Like they are the epitome of a playoff team. If the refs called everything they did, we wouldn't have a hockey game.
2-0 Vegas. Vegas just scored again.
There goes. It's early.
Just for the record, so that total 5.5, baby. We're getting closer. I put the exact same too. I didn't go crazy. I split it in half. Over Canucks. Bad start. I tell you what, man. The Canucks have been overwhelmed. Not overwhelmed, but they gave up the first goal to the LA Kings. They gave up the first goal to the Dallas Stars. They give up the first 2 goals to the Vegas Golden Knights. It's a problem for them. Like they suddenly, like they used to always score first, and now they're flat all the time and there's no reason for this, right? They had a prolonged homestand. They had a couple of days off. They played on Sunday afternoon against the Ducks. There's no reason for the Canucks to be this flat right now, this early in this game, McInnes. It's kind of sad, actually. It's a bad trend, but whatever. Like it's another lesson. They have a 3-game road trip. They have this game. They got Phoenix in a couple of nights, and they got the LA Kings. So whatever. You go 1-1-1, and it's kind of what you would expect before you left. But bad habits for the Canucks giving up the first goal all the time, Andrew. It's been a pattern for them.
Gabe, I hate to say it, but if you're a Western Conference team right now in a playoff position, the Vancouver Canucks are who you want to play in the first round. They are. I mean, I would rather play the Vancouver Canucks than the Nashville Predators right now in the first round. Am I wrong? Because it's not about how you start the year, it's how you end the year. And right now, this Canucks team is a completely different team. And this is why, guys, for my handicapping for the NHL, I'll just flat out say it. I am betting and I am talking on shows a lot more about games between 2 teams that are not playoff teams, a hell of a lot more than teams that aren't. You just talked about it, Gabe, at the start of your show here off the top. The bookmakers, when they hand you your money, they don't care what it is, right? I'm betting on Ottawa Senators, Buffalo Sabres, Minnesota Wild, San Jose Shark games. Why do I have to bet these games between the 2 teams in the same division battling for a spot? It just seems like that's more of a challenge than betting on the Habs and the Senators and teams like that.
Well, the problem is, yeah, with these teams that are good, like I said, it matters, but it doesn't matter. I kind of said it before, like, this game started. I said, oh, it's kind of a big game. And then I kind of took it back. I'm like, is it?
Yeah.
You know what I mean, Cam? Like, if you're the Canucks, no, you're not happy you're down 2-0, but in 3 weeks from now, when they drop the puck and the arena's going all loud and all crazy against whoever they're playing in game one of the playoffs, this won't be on their minds.
You're right.
Like, it's all just sort of, so you're betting on these teams that are sort of like, yeah, whatever, dude. We want to win. We don't want to lose, but we want to make the playoffs next week. We want to get through this without getting hurt. Right? Like, it's not a must win for the Canucks tonight by any stretch.
Well,
you're right. Sometimes you'll get these teams like the Canadians and the Sabres that get hot late. We always see it. Bad teams get hot late. They play well late to tease their fans for the next year. It happens all the time.
Yeah, that's especially in the NHL. I will
It's the
say
Buffalo
one thing, though.
That's the Buffalo Sabres special.
That's
man,
the Buffalo
we
way.
ended the year last year. We won 10 of 14, man.
We beat
Right?
the
Every
Capitals
year it's the same
6-2.
thing.
Who cares, Buffalo? It doesn't matter because you missed the playoffs for 15 straight years, but we'll talk about the Panthers after the break. I see problems with this.
Panthers are tired. They're going to get worn out.
And I'll tell you something else, Morency. They don't like that. Maurice is talking a lot. The players.
That's the first.
Need the second one in a major way.
Okay. All right.
Need the second one here for you. 74-61. The Sweat. It's all live bets. There's nothing from.
Oh, we missed it!
it!
Get the three!
Hit it!
Come on!
Hit it!
Stop!
Hit it!
Yeah!
Oh,
We
my
got
God.
it! Foul him! Foul him!
Only on SportsGrid.
We had the best team in Colorado losing. So there's it's not even like Colorado's going to sit on it, right? I mean, there's no way in the world we're not getting one more goal. We're going to cash this ticket. Cha-ching, cha-ching.
I love the bet. I love the price. I think that's, like I said, that's one we're going to have to, we're telling everybody right now. They're probably moving it in risk rooms everywhere right now based on us giving out this information.
In-game live, prime time, only on SportsGrid.
I mean, is it pretty much cut and dry that NC State is the biggest surprise of the weekend? I mean, I don't think anybody's bracket had the Wolfpack going this far.
I think they're going to find a way to keep this one close. And we all know Purdue's tournament history under Matt Painter. They've had a lot of early exits when they've been good teams, and maybe this is the time they'll exercise their demons. It's kind of like when Virginia lost to that 16-seed UMBC.
Newswire, only on SportsGrid. SportsGrid, your 24/7 sports wagering network. Pro League Soccer, powered by Marca.
I would be willing to bet the under 2.5 goals.
Fantasy sports today.
Especially in head-to-head formats and fantasy, I think I'm going to go with Juan Soto.
Game time decisions.
People don't like it. I don't really care. I cannot believe anybody is betting the Clippers at this number.
Betting above the
All
rim.
I've heard you say on the network is you're either winning or you're rebuilding.
In-game live all access.
Nobody has been more profitable as a dog than Shaka Smart team.
Winning back-to-back road games. I don't care if they're playing Topeka High. I wouldn't give them any chance whatsoever.
In-game live, prime time.
Back-to-back, just utterly stinker quarters.
In-game live, overtime.
Honestly, as you sit here and listen, watch right now, you may want to consider placing that bet.
It's smarter to be on SportsGrid.
It's a Golapalooza in Las Vegas, Nevada. 3-1 for the Vegas Golden Knights over the Vancouver Canucks right now. The in-game total is 8.5. Now you're getting 2.5 with the Canucks instead of the 1.5. I didn't bite on the 1.5, but the 2.5 is attractive because the Canucks are good at correcting mistakes, and they are good after bad periods. Like, they really haven't been smoked in a full game too often. They'll have these meltdowns, but 2 strange goals and 2 just complete collapses. Another one, like they score the goal. Next thing you know, they give up like a 3-on-0. Like a second later, it's like they weren't ready for the puck to be dropped or something. They gave up a goal against the Kings last week, too, in which it was like, guys, like it was. I tweeted about it. I was like, this is like a blown coverage in football or something. Like, somehow there were 2 LA Kings just all alone. And I don't know how this keeps happening to them right now. They are a little bit rattled. They'll be fine. They're talented, but they're a little bit rattled. And Vegas are bringing it right now. So the in-game total is 8.5. We got the 5.5. Good start there. 3-2 for the Minnesota Wild over the Ottawa Senators. The Wild have scored. Calgary Flames. Nobody cares about the Calgary Flames or the Ducks.
Do.
So.
I need the Flames bad now with the way things are going. I care big time about the Flames. What are you talking about? I care massively about the Flames. It's a huge game. Huge.
I don't like teams from Calgary. I don't like the Stampeders. I don't like the Flames.
I don't like them either. But you know what I like? I like units. And I'll take Vancouver plus
I don't want to offend everybody
well.
like Rebecca Lobo last night at the end of the basketball game. Which I knew when she said this that, and it was harmless, but I was like, oh, God, like people are going to get so mad about this now. So it was last night at the end of the Iowa game. Caitlin Clark, the Caitlin Clark game last night. For the record, they had over 12 million viewers. Most viewed game. It was the most viewed college basketball game in ESPN history, men's or women's. But Caitlin Clark's parents went up to play-by-play man. So Ryan Rucco told the story on the air. He goes, their parents came up to me. They've been reaching out to me, and I told them, go out and do something, find something to do in Albany. I'll just stay in my hotel and waiting for the game. Rebecca Lobo responded, by the way, good luck with finding something to do in Albany. So now the mayor of Albany is, and they're upset for real. They want to ban ESPN and all the local bars now.
Like
good luck with that.
I like Albany's stance. You don't mess with our city. There's lots to do in Albany. Go find something to do. Yes, there is. There's something to do in Ames, Iowa. You know what? Go bowling. If you're bored, bowling is always an activity that is in any damn town in the world. I don't care where you are. Find a bowling alley and shut up. I'm so sick and tired of these nothing to do in Albany. Like, you know what? Just be nice to the places that you're in, you know?
That's the whole thing. They did a nice job. They were happy it was there. It was in Albany. They pulled it off. It was a good job. You didn't have to say it sucked being here on the way out.
Yes. That's just like, why are you doing that to the people of Albany?
That's why I was like, especially women's basketball. Everything's so positive. It's like, really, Rebecca, you got to drop in? I have good luck finding something to do in Albany. I cracked up, but I knew I was like, oh, boy. Yeah, I was like, oh, they're going to get upset. It was the same thing at the All-Star game. Yeah. When Shaq, when the All-Star game was in Utah last year, Shaq said, I've never ordered so much room service in my life. Yeah, I can't try to imitate. Never ordered so much room service in my life. I haven't left my hotel in 10 days. Nothing to do here. And Barkley was like, please don't ever come back to Utah. And same thing. They were like, you guys are just jerks. Like, you know what I mean?
You're jerks. You can find something to do in all sorts of places. Sure, it might not be a bar that we want to get cranked at, but you know what? There's always an activity. There's always something to do. Relax. And you're there to play
have a good time in Albany.
Anyway. Yeah, me and you would find a good time on the friggin' moon. We'd bet. We'd do like golf up there.
I don't think so. There's no bars up there. There's no.
I don't know. We'd find something. Anyway, Morency,
we're going to throw moon rocks around?
Yeah. Maybe we'll eat moon rocks and see what happens. But I'm going to tell you this. Stop ripping small places. It's not right. And I'm going to take Vancouver Canucks plus 2.5. Gabe, as it worked last night with SJ Sharkey, they got that empty netter, and the 2.5 was our safety net. Vancouver plus 2.5, please.
As I stated, off the top of my head, Andrew, and you bet hockey every night, how many times have the Canucks lost by like 3-4 goals type thing this year? Like
Not
never.
often at all. And
Like
the
never.
thing is too,
even when they've had a couple of bad streaks, they lose. But you know what I mean, they lose games. But I'm sure I'm forgetting one. But I think there was one. I think they might have lost like 5-0 once earlier this year to the Jets or something like that, maybe. But I don't even think so. Like I said, like they've had bad periods, but they're pretty good at bouncing back. We see it all the time, guys, with the Canucks. They're always on what we're on. The Canucks will have a 3-1 lead and blow it. It'll be 3-3 a minute later. And or they can come back. So there's a lot of hockey left in this game. Vegas are on a power play right now. Let's check in with the NIT. I know I just couldn't help but think of the great Seinfeld episode when Kramer found the Merv Griffin set. And he was hosting his own talk show. And he had the same line, but it was about El Paso with him and Newman. And they said, what about El Paso? And Kramer said, I spent a month there one night. It's a great line.
It's great. Well, pure old school joke. I love that
I spent a month there one night. They both hackled right after. But for being people in these towns, I hate to admit it, but people who live in big cities are jerks, all right?
You are.
It's just true. I'm just being real. They're jerks, and they don't like small towns. They don't like going to them. Dude, I'm going to be real. I'm not throwing him under the bus because he'll own it. Yeah. Vegas just scored again.
Oh, my God. 2.5.
Oh, my God. I jumped in. I jumped in on it.
I want to go to Albany right now. Take me to Albany on a bus. Get me the hell out of here.
You might have to move to Albany. You might say it's not going to be able to afford to live. Sorry, Albany.
Dick is looking pretty good, too. Yeah, I agree. Albany looks great. Cheap rent.
Go down to see a River Rat game. They have a nice ring.
Whatever happened?
I got to be honest. There's worse places in Albany, too. I'm like, it's not that bad. Like, it's like, yeah.
That's the best.
You could always go to Maine.
I
could always live in Maine.
Thanks.
So now you're taking shots at Maine, huh? That's like your border there.
Beautiful.
Little border war.
You settle down, McKinnis. You live in Halifax. Yeah. You need to relax. Everybody's
it's beautiful here.
Yeah, you're damn right.
Beautiful here.
So what? You're a small town guy, so you must have that sort of like mentality too. And people are like,
absolutely,
Halifax, Halifax. Oh God, right? You'd be like, shut up. It's a good town here.
It is, man.
Yeah. When you said that, I completely understood. Right? I feel like defensive. But the worst part is, like, if you come here in the summer and you're walking along the waterfront, you're being a tourist, and you don't like it here, then so be it. The problem is, people don't understand. Like, people literally think that I live out in like the boonies and like, I live out in the country, and when they think of Nova Scotia, when I tell people where I live, they think I live in like the middle of nowhere, Maine. It's people's geography that pisses me off the most. Sorry for my language, but I mean, that's what makes me the most mad. It's not that they don't like where I live. It's that they literally don't know what it is. That's, to me, what gets me upset.
I do like Halifax. I've been there. I've been there numerous times. As I told McKinnis when I was with him there last time, it's a little bit too hilly for my liking.
Yeah, my friends thought that was hilarious, Gabe. They were watching the show we did at the sports bar, and they were like, man, why does he keep complaining about the hills? They were like, we've never really felt that before. They thought it was hilarious. Like, they still bring it up.
Hillier,
I remember stopping like halfway up. I was like, Jesus. Yeah. I was like, Jesus Christ, what kind of city is this? I was like, who puts these bars on it? Yeah, There's this like big hill in this fort.
Good training.
It's like, yeah. Like, it's very hilly. Like, I'm more, I would complain less now, but I was drunk. So I was like, yeah, it's like, I just remember it was like constant, like walking up hills there. So I was like, I've had enough of this.
Well, you know what it is?
That was a good time.
Get to the bar, so it's work, and then you just roll your way home. So it's perfect. It's good that downhill on the way home when you don't have to walk up more hills. Hey,
all right, so they're challenging the goal here, guys. They're challenging the goal.
I got big problems here everywhere, actually. Yeah.
It's a high sticking. Is at least Vancouver getting a power play for 5 minutes now, at least?
Guys, Red Sox plus 120 right now. I think this is a jump-in spot here for us. Red Sox plus 123. I'm jumping in.
They're up 2-1 now, McKinnis. They just hit a home run. Thank God.
No way.
For my hockey debacle.
Oh, yeah.
Yes.
Baseball. I'm on the Red Sox.
I'm on the Red Sox right now.
They're losing 4-3 right now. But you're right, McKinnis. They're going to come back. It's only the fourth inning.
Oh, I got plus 140. So there must be some runners on base. So I didn't even see when I made this bet. So we'll see.
No, we did take the D-backs, guys. Did you guys take the D-backs? Tonight was the Yankee lose night tonight, I thought. Yes. D-backs are up 3-0.
You did warn me about the fish. I got to be honest. I
Which
was
one?
wrong.
What
This
fish?
team sucks.
Which fish?
Oh,
With the Marlins? Oh, yeah, I told you I don't want no Marlin bet.
I
had them first five.
I did take the Kansas City Royals and the D-backs today, so that baseball is going well. Hockey, on the other hand, is
we're not living in the past here, buddy. It doesn't matter what happened today.
Well, you're living in the past. What are you talking about? The game just did.
This afternoon.
Well, I'm allowed.
1 hour ago.
We got games now, Cam.
Yeah, an hour
We're
ago.
worried about the
Okay.
picks now.
Well, I'll give you some games live. This guy, McKinnis, every night he's coming at me here. Guardians, Mariners, I don't know. What do we got here?
I had the Brewers
get
go
back
under.
to him,
I
Ken,
had the
tomorrow.
Brewers under today this afternoon. Good for me. Doesn't help anybody now.
All right, Red Sox. Let's go. Red Sox. Here we go.
Okay.
So Red Sox, I buy in.
Irapan
I
was
was
in
on-
Oakland tonight too. He jinxed your bet. He's all decked out in Oakland A's gear on the show before, head to toe.
I'm surprised not wearing both. A Boston hat
Yeah.
and Oakland jersey.
You're right. That's what he does.
He's a
This one,
confused
boys.
individual.
Seattle Mariners plus 480 right now.
You know what?
Help me.
If I'm going to pat myself on the back for betting, actually, I was going to say pat myself on the back for betting. I'm going to throw myself under the bus, but I didn't take the Mariners. I just took the under of this game. I'm telling you guys, I'm done with the Mariners. I have no confidence in this team this year. Like, I'm not, I haven't even bet them. They're like the Jays. They're just average. They're just an average. They're worse than the Jays.
They're worse. That's the first.
Need the second one in a major way.
Okay. All right.
Need the second one here for you. 74-61. The sweat. It's all live bets. There's nothing from. Oh, we missed it! Get my three! Hit it! Come on! Hit it! Stop! Hit it! Yeah! Oh, we got it! Foul him! Foul him!
Only on SportsGrid.
We had the best team in Colorado losing. So there's like, it's not even like Colorado's going to sit on it, right? I mean, there's no way in the world we're not getting one more goal. We're going to cash this ticket. Cha-ching, cha-ching.
I love the bet. I love the price. I think that's, like I said, that's one we're going to have to, we're telling everybody right now. They're probably moving it in risk rooms everywhere right now based on us giving out this information.
In-game live, prime time, only on SportsGrid.
I mean, is it pretty much cut and dry that NC State is the biggest surprise of the weekend? I mean, I don't think anybody's bracket had the Wolfpack going this far.
I think they're going to find a way to keep this one close. And we all know Purdue's tournament history under Matt Painter. They've had a lot of early exits when they've been good teams, and maybe this is the time they'll exercise their demons. It's kind of like when Virginia lost to that 16-seed UMBC.
Newswire, only on SportsGrid. SportsGrid, your 24/7 sports wagering network. Pro League Soccer, powered by Marca.
I would be willing to bet the under 2.5 goals.
Fantasy sports today.
Especially in head-to-head formats and fantasy, I think I'm going to go with Juan Soto.
Game time decisions.
People don't like it. I don't really care. I cannot believe anybody is betting the Clippers at this number.
Betting above the
All
rim.
I've heard you say on the network is you're either winning or you're rebuilding.
In-game live all access.
Nobody has been more profitable as a dog than Shaka Smart team.
Winning back-to-back road games. I don't care if they're playing Topeka High. I wouldn't give them any chance whatsoever.
In-game live, prime time.
Back-to-back, just utterly stinker quarters.
In-game live, overtime.
Honestly, as you sit here and listen, watch right now, you may want to consider placing that bet.
It's smarter to be on SportsGrid.
This is Sports Rage. I am Gabriel Morency. The pimps, the players, the hustlers, the people that bust them, everybody else in between. Just for the record, we'll move on from this, but we had to confirm where Rebecca, we knew she was a Yukon Husky, but we're like, where's she from anyways, all right? She's from Hartford.
Oh, yeah.
It's like Hartford. Hey, listen, Coachella, Lollapalooza ain't exactly going to Hartford tomorrow, baby. You know what I'm saying? It's not the party capital of the world either, it's Hartford. The coolest thing about Hartford is you're close to Boston.
I bet Albany ripping Hartford. Yeah, screw you, Hartford.
So we're defending Albany. Now we throw. Hey, we love you, Hartford. Bring the Whalers back.
Yeah, Hartford. I like a lot of taxes.
Terrell Owens said that about Buffalo. They said, "Hey, T.O., how do you like playing? In Buffalo?" He goes, "Oh, it's great. I live in Toronto and I drive back and forth every day." He goes, "We're so close to Toronto." It's like they didn't ask you about Toronto, T.O. They asked you about Buffalo. He goes, "Oh, I love Toronto."
Buffalo's awesome. What the hell is he talking about? It's wicked. I love Buffalo, man.
I'm not going to name the players to throw them under the bus to Bills Mafia and stuff, but I used to remember I used to have the Bills players in studio and stuff when they played that Buffalo series, and numerous Bill players told me that they would prefer to move to Toronto.
Yes. But also, Gabe,
like I'm not going to name names.
Obviously, Toronto. No, you're right. But if you have millions of dollars,
because of the concerts and stuff in the girls' camp, that's what it was. They were like, man, it was back to nothing to do. They were like, dude, there's one bar, there's two bars in Buffalo that is cut upscale. He goes, everyone knows who we are. He goes, here you got NBA players, NHL players, baseball players.
If you're a guy on a two-way contract with the Rochester Americans and the Sabres, I can tell you one thing. You'd be rather living in Buffalo and spending your dollar than living in Toronto and being broke. That's why those guys like Toronto.
Why are you throwing our boy Tommy out of the bus? Rochester.
No, I like Rochester, Tommy. I'm with you. Turning Stone Casinos, too, on the way.
I don't think he even likes Rochester.
Yeah.
Sorry, let's move on.
I'm sick and tired.
We're going to insult everything.
Enough. I'm done with it. I
just think it's funny she's from Hartford. Like I said, it's like, you're not exactly from Hollywood, California, Rebecca. Like you're taking shots at Albany here.
The insurance capital of America. There's more like Hartford Life and enough.
Yeah.
Seriously.
Yeah, it's all yuppie and Wall Street types. And
Yeah. Here we go.
All right.
Yeah, but
Hartford's the hood there.
Wager Talk had an event at the Turning Stone Casino there because Adam Trigger lives near there. And we're trying to get people out there. And then we're just like, Trig, you know where this is, right? It's going to be tough to get people to go there. But there were actually shockingly a lot of people from New York that went there. But that Turning Stone Casino, it looks nice, but it's in the middle of nowhere.
That's why it's called Turning Stone. You got to keep turning. Yeah. Then you find the stone. You keep turning. Nobody went to more small college games than that Trig guy. He really loves college basketball. You got to give that guy credit.
I agree.
He goes to Tarleton State games and stuff. Hey, he goes on these small gym tours. He really loves that stuff. So speaking of which, Indiana State got left out of the NCAA tournament. In hindsight, they should have made it. I didn't think they were, but I'm not on the committee. It didn't mean I didn't think they should get in. I just told people they're not going to because all these teams stole their spot during the conference week. But they've really looked good. And we parlayed them with the new kids in the hall, Seton Hall. So it's 50-33 right now for Seton Hall over Georgia with 16 minutes left in the basketball game. So the Pirates are looking good. And we could have a Sycamore and Pirate matchup for the NIT championship in Indiana, we should note, which was somewhat a little bit of an advantage for Indiana State, I think. They're playing at Butler's Fieldhouse. But and we talked about this today with Carver. Seton Hall guys, they play in this gym. Butler are in the Big East. So it was good for them. You know what I'm saying? You're getting Georgia coming to the East Coast, going into Indy here. No, we're not going to take any shots about Indy now, are we?
No.
McAfee and company live there. He's the best thing they got going on there.
Yeah, exactly. McAfee likes Indianapolis. If he can do it, anybody can.
Yeah, he's from Pittsburgh, too. He's set up in Indy after. Cheap real estate camps. One of those deals.
Give me McAfee money.
My uncle
dude bought a church. He literally bought an abandoned church. That's his studio. He bought this big church. That's why he's got the gym and all that type of stuff in it. It's pretty cool.
Cool, man.
You can't buy a church in New York. You know what I mean? Yeah, you got 12 million. You got 18 million. Sure.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, okay. Good
I
idea.
like to buy that plot of land here. Yeah, good luck with that. It's $80 million, all right?
Exactly.
All right, so 4-1 for Vegas. They got 5 goals in the first period, guys. Ducks and Flames are tied at 2. How about the Frozen Four, McInnes? Have you been betting the Frozen Four? And did you see my picks? I've been posting all my picks and my record. 14-2-1, buddy.
Wow.
That's what we went last weekend. 14-2-1.
It's true. It's true.
Congratulations.
I posted picks for all of them. I tweeted every pick. I know off the top of my head, I lost 2 picks. I lost Omaha as a plus 180 dog and to Boston U or whatever it was. Yeah, it was the Boston U. And I had the under 7 in the Quinnipiac game. And I had Quinnipiac plus 1.5. So I split that one against Boston College. But now we're down to the Final Four, so we'll get McInnes' takes on both, all 3 Final Fours. But let's go with the Frozen Four. First here, man, did you see that, McInnes? I don't know if you saw it, Cam. The kid on Michigan, the pass between the skates. Like, I don't know what it is about the Michigan Wolverines, and, like, they created the behind the net thing that they call the Michigan goal now. But yeah, but, like, dude, the kid, like, was coming down the left side of the rink, and he went, like, between his legs, and he passed it between his legs. It was like, what the hell are you even trying to do here? And it was like, boom, bing, tic-tac-toe goal. It was like one of the highlights. Check it out after if you guys didn't see it. It was like, oh, my God, right? It was one of those crazy stick-handling modern kid YouTube moves that he did on the rink, actually. But nobody believes in the Michigan Wolverines, but they're peaking at the right time right now. Right, they made it to the Big Ten championship game. They lost in overtime to Michigan State, and then they went on this run. They beat North Dakota. They beat Michigan State. Now they have to deal with Boston College, though, Andrew. Boston College minus 165, Michigan plus 135. Total is 7.5, and it probably will be a track meet. Actually, if for anybody that isn't not watching these games, and now you're going to watch them in the Frozen Four. I'll get your take, McInnes, and Cam, you can jump in. But I don't know how much you've actually watched it, McInnes, besides just betting on it. But this hockey is, like, super fast, bro. Like, if you bet on an under, it's just constant stress. There's not the defenseman. It's like you're playing a video game, like, on high speed. Like, these kids freaking fly. And like I told Cam last week, the biggest, and you knew, McInnes, you brought it up too. The biggest difference, though, is it's so fast because no one really hits each other. It's just like this speed sort of like hockey. No one's really getting lit up in the corners and stuff like they do in junior hockey in Canada, but it leads to overs, bro. Even though I bet some unders, but there have been higher scoring games. I just didn't bet them. And Michigan are a high scoring team. They're going to have a hard time stopping Boston College to score on them. Like, to me, this game's going to be like 5-4, 6-5 type of thing, guys. What do you think, Andrew?
Yeah, this one in particular, I think it's going to be a track meet, but I think when it comes down to it, I've been talking him up all season. I've been talking him up all year going into the tournament. I think the goaltending is the difference for BC. Obviously they've got all these draft picks, all these NHL prospects, but when it comes down to it, I think a couple key saves, couple key stops from Fowler will be the difference. Really, when you look at this NCAA Frozen Four here, it comes down to defensemen jumping into the rush, right? That's the new age hockey. When you guys see it now, you got everybody's trying to be like Makar, right? You see Lane Hudson, all these defensemen. There's no such thing as a stay-at-home defenseman anymore. But I think when it comes down to it, despite all the great forwards on the team, this Boston College team has the defensemen that can stay at home and take care of things. So I think they'll get the job done. I'm going to lay the chalk with BC. I'm just going to lay the money line. I think that their actual better chance of an upset is in the other game. I think that Denver, BU, we're seeing minus 160 on that one. I think that the safe play is probably the under in that one. Just looking at the way Denver has played, if you go through some of the games they've played, obviously through this tournament, and as they crept into the tournament, they're the kind of team that wants to play the very low scoring, grind it out, keep it low scoring, physical, get a good goalie standing on his head. Look at the games that Denver's won. They haven't blown anybody out. Look at how they ended their regular season. They didn't blow anybody out. And yet we're seeing a 7 as the total. You guys know, I mean, they stand zero chance, I think, against BU if they try and get first to 5 wins, right? Under 7 to me is the best bet, I think, in the Frozen Four.
I'm trying to look it up here right now, and it doesn't appear that they've ever played each other, right? What do they call it? They're bean pot stuff, right? They got Boston, you got Boston U and Boston College. They're both powers, yet I don't know if they've ever played each other in the final before. So like you said, McKinnis, I don't think it happens. I was looking at that. It's like, really? They set it up for that.
Who's in the bean pot? It's Cornell, BU, Boston College, and Northeastern. Those are the teams. Northeastern. Am I correct?
Good call.
I think so.
Thank you. That's weird.
I think Quinnipiac might be in it, though, too. They're part, like, they might be part of that
just picked up that kid from Quinnipiac. Their best, they outbid Boston for him. Watch out. These NCAA guys get called up for the playoffs, you know?
But I'm just saying, my point was.
Where's he from? Your hometown, McInnes?
Yeah.
You knew it had to be Nova Scotia. Otherwise, you would have brought it up. Well, you know where he's from, like Illinois.
Perfect. Yeah. He's from Albany. What? Can't go, ESPN. Bad.
No worries.
No, but my point is, Boston College and Boston U, they're always this power. They're always favored. They're always this. They don't win. So Quinnipiac won the championship last year. They beat Minnesota. The year before that, Denver beat Minnesota State. The year before that, UMass beat St. Cloud State. Before that, Minnesota Duluth beat UMass. Minnesota Duluth beat Notre Dame. Denver beat Minnesota Duluth. North Dakota beat Quinnipiac. Providence beat Boston University in 2015. Not a big history. We have to go back to 2012, the last time either Boston College or Boston U won the national championship, McKinnis.
That's really odd. Yeah. That's weird.
So I'm not I'm not in a hurry to bet on it, Cam. Like, there it is. Like, neither of them even make it to the final, bro. We have to go all the way back to 2012 that they made it to the final.
That's very interesting. I think Boston College, to you guys' point, is the better team. I think Denver can play with BU. Like, I think I'm going to take a shot with the Pioneers in the under.
McKinnis is right about the low-scoring stuff. Yeah. Denver were playing to the unders in these things. Denver have been good at neutralizing your offense and slowing it down. Michigan, on the other hand, don't do that. Michigan are just like, hey, we're going to outscore you. We have skill. We're gonna score 5 goals. Can you guys score 6? Right? That's sort of there. Michigan's goalie was pretty good, though. I wouldn't sleep on Michigan, but my point is, too, it won't be Boston versus Boston, guys. So McKenna says Boston College versus Denver. I could buy into that. You know what I mean? Michigan have found ways. I do think Boston College are better than BU, personally. So we'll see how it plays out. Well, whatever, dude. They got like 3 top 10 draft picks on their team.
I'll say it, though. My best bet's the under. My best bet will be the under 7 in the Denver game.
Nice.
I'm seeing 6.5 here right now, too. They got a 7 on our board.
Yeah, I got a 7 on my fan.
Sometimes I wish I could bet what our screen says.
Yeah, our screen is always like better than what we have to.
I'm like 6.5. I'm like, you know.
Let's just say I wouldn't be living in a ditch.
It's plus 120, though. So I can bet 7. I just got to lay 130 or something like that. You know?
There you go.
That's the first.
Need the second one in a major way.
Okay. All right.
Need the second one here for you. 74-61. The Sweat. It's all live bets. There's nothing from.
Oh, we missed it. Get my 3.
Hit it.
Come on.
Hit it.
Stop.
Hit it.
Yes!
Oh,
we got
God.
it. Foul him. Foul him.
Only on SportsGrid.
We had the best team in Colorado losing. So there's like, it's not even like Colorado's going to sit on it, right? I mean, there's no way in the world we're not getting one more goal. We're going to cash this ticket. Cha-ching, cha-ching.
I love the bet. I love the price. I think that's, like I said, that's one we're going to have to, we're telling everybody right now. They're probably moving it in risk groups everywhere right now based on us giving out this information.
In-game live, prime time, only on SportsGrid.
mean, is it pretty much cut and dry that NC State is the biggest surprise of the weekend? I mean, I don't think anybody's bracket had the Wolfpack going this far.
I think they're going to find a way to keep this one close. And we all know Purdue's tournament history under Matt Painter. They've had a lot of early exits when they've been good teams, and maybe this is the time they'll exercise their demons. It's kind of like when Virginia lost to that 16-seed UMBC.
Newswire, only on SportsGrid. SportsGrid, your 24/7 sports wagering network. Pro League Soccer, powered by Marca.
I would be willing to bet the under 2.5 goals.
Fantasy sports today.
Especially in head-to-head formats in fantasy, I think I'm going to go with Juan Soto.
Game time decisions.
People don't like it. I don't really care. I cannot believe anybody is betting the Clippers at this number.
Betting above the rim.
Always heard you say on the network is you're either winning or you're rebuilding.
In-game live all access.
Nobody has been more profitable as a dog than Shaka Smart team.
Winning back-to-back road games. I don't care if they're playing Topeka High. I wouldn't give them any chance whatsoever.
In-game live, prime time.
Back-to-back, just utterly stinker quarters.
In-game live, overtime.
Honestly, as you sit here and listen, watch right now, you may want to consider placing that bet.
It's smarter to be on SportsGrid.
This is SportsRage. I am Morency. We're kicking it. Andrew McKinnis in the house. The Rage Red Cam Stewart. Sean Merriman's going to step up in a couple of minutes with us. We got Cam's favorite, Sean Higgs, will join us after. I'm going to get into Lights Out 15, and then Sean Higgs will join us. And only Sean Higgs could take a shot at Sean Merriman and say he spells his name wrong on Twitter.
Yeah.
Good job, Sean.
Your Dodgers are going nowhere. Yeah. You think you can get 106 wins? Good luck. I love Higgs. He comes in firing.
Higgs. Higgs will join us after. So, McKinnis, what do you think about the men's Final Four, the women's Final Four? Who do you got? How do you think it plays out this weekend?
So with the men's, I'm going to go with in the first game. I'm going to go with the over Alabama and UConn. I know it's a popular play, but the pace that both these teams play, and there's not going to be that many half-court sets. I don't see them slowing the pace down at all. But guys, just the same way that people have tried to bet against this UConn team is the same way that people have tried to bet against NC State. Call me Joe Public, call me whatever shape, square you want to call me. I'm going to keep it rolling with NC State. Too many here, too many points. And I'm going to wait until tip-off, and I'm going to bet them, and I'm going to watch it be a close game. And even if we see Purdue start to slip away, I still think that game will not be decided by double digits. Give me NC State here. If they go out, they will go out with pride. And I think the half-court sets will be the biggest thing. If there's one game that goes under, it's this game. If one game goes over, it's going to be the game with the highest total there. And I will tell you, I've locked in the over in Iowa's next game in the women's side of it. I just like the pace they play in either. They've got a 10-second shot clock. This team does not care about setting it up, running plays. If they see a shot that's open, we've seen it. Caitlin Clark will make her whole team run down the court just to jack up a three. Give me the over in that game.
UConn and Iowa, Friday night, 9 o'clock Eastern time. The total is 162. Iowa are laying 2.5 points. UConn getting 2.5 plus 125 on the money line. South Carolina woman laying 11.5 to the NC State woman. Great stuff, McKinnis. Thanks, buddy.
Thanks, guys. Take care.